Hey everyone, today we're diving into some serious hidden gems. It's easy to get caught up in the big-budget AAA games, but trust me, there's a whole world of incredible AA games out there that are just as fun, if not better, and way easier on the wallet. From mind-bending puzzles to intense space battles, gritty medieval stories to supernatural mysteries, these games deliver immersive experiences without breaking the bank. So whether you're looking for something totally unique or just a game that does things a little differently, this list has something for everyone. Grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the top 25 AA games that'll give you all the thrills without the AAA price tag. Don't be a stranger. Like, subscribe, and join the fam for more awesome videos coming your way. Outer Wilds. How'd you like to be a part of a spacefaring nomadic society on a tiny planet, armed with only a handmade spaceship and a mysterious time loop? Outer Wilds throws you into a solar system where you have just 22 minutes to uncover ancient mysteries, make mind-bending discoveries, and try to piece together the reasons behind a repeating cycle that ends with the sun's explosion. This is no ordinary space adventure. There are no objective markers, no map hints, just pure, unfiltered curiosity driving you to uncover the secrets of this dying universe. Each time the clock resets, you keep the knowledge you gained, allowing you to get a little closer to understanding the enigma at the heart of the solar system. The gameplay centers around exploration, puzzle solving, and navigating various planets, each with its own gravity and hazards. As you explore, you'll come across cryptic ruins, ancient texts, and mysterious alien structures that hint at a story much larger than you anticipated. It's a bit of a cosmic scavenger hunt, where piecing together clues feels like connecting the dots of an ancient, interconnected mystery. The planets themselves are dynamic and ever-changing, some with tornadoes, others with sand that slowly buries secrets over the course of the loop, all creating an intense sense of discovery. Outer Wilds started as a student project at the University of Southern California, winning awards for its originality even before its full release. The time-looping concept drew inspiration from games like Majora's Mask, but the project's indie charm and storytelling made it a standout hit among space exploration games.
I think we can both agree that you are no ordinary police officer.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Those trigger-happy maniacs have a ton of hostages!
Drop it, scum!
Anyone expecting a silver freak?
Robocop Rogue City. In a gritty, crime-infested Detroit, the people need a hero, or at least a robotic police officer armed to the teeth. Robocop Rogue City brings you into the mechanical shoes of Robocop, where you uphold the law with a no-nonsense approach and a whole lot of firepower. This game isn't just about shooting your way through enemies. It's a mix of fast-paced FPS action, story-driven missions, and moral decisions that force you to consider the true cost of upholding justice in a city as corrupt as Detroit. Robocop's HUD isn't just for show. It provides essential information about threats, mission objectives, and helps you make tactical decisions on the go. Gameplay involves a mix of firefights and investigations, with missions that allow you to either take a more tactical approach or go in guns blazing true Robocop style. The weapons feel heavy and impactful, as they should, given you're practically a walking tank. Alongside regular criminals, you're also pitted against rogue androids, corrupt officials, and powerful corporate players, all of whom test your skills and moral compass. Detroit is recreated with a dark, cyberpunk feel that's both immersive and atmospheric, enhancing the overall experience. The original actor who played Robocop, Peter Weller, returned to voice the character in Rogue City, adding an authentic touch for fans of the classic 80s movie series. This attention to detail brings Robocop's gritty personality to life, letting you experience the essence of the iconic character.
To get out! Just run as fast as you can!
They're running away!
Kill their sister! Run! Take the boy alive! You'll pay in the end!
A Plague Tale: Innocence. Set in 14th century France, A Plague Tale: Innocence follows Amicia and her younger brother Hugo as they flee from the Inquisition and a relentless rat plague that has swept across the land. This is not your average survival story. It's a gripping, emotionally charged journey about family, resilience, and the horrors of a society under siege by both human cruelty and a supernatural rat infestation. As Amicia, you're not a skilled warrior. Rather, you're a young girl forced into a world of terror and survival. Armed with only a sling and your wits, you must navigate a series of harrowing environments where danger lurks around every corner. The gameplay offers stealth, puzzle solving, and light combat, often requiring you to use fire and light to keep the ravenous swarms of rats at bay. The mechanics emphasize strategy over strength, as you must rely on distraction tactics to evade both enemies and the swarms of plague-ridden rats. Hugo also possesses unique powers that play a crucial role in the story, adding another layer of depth and challenge. Each level is meticulously crafted, capturing the eerie beauty and grim reality of medieval Europe in turmoil. The developers created a rat engine specifically for this game, allowing over 5,000 rats to appear on screen at once. This engine pushed the boundaries of in-game physics to create an immersive and terrifying experience, making A Plague Tale one of the most visually haunting games on the market.
What the hell?
Evil never sleeps, but it bleeds.
Evil West. Ever wanted to mix classic Western gunfights with supernatural horror? Evil West delivers on that fantasy, putting you in the boots of a vampire-hunting cowboy in a wild alternate version of the American frontier. As a skilled monster hunter, you're tasked with stopping supernatural forces from overtaking the Wild West. This is no ordinary gunslinger adventure. It's an action-packed bloodbath that pits you against werewolves, vampires, and grotesque abominations that challenge every ounce of your skill and reflexes. The gameplay combines brutal melee combat with precise gunplay, allowing you to unleash powerful combos and special abilities that keep you feeling like a one-man monster extermination crew. As you progress, you unlock a range of upgrades that let you tailor your fighting style, whether through more devastating ranged attacks or close-quarters power moves. The world is full of haunting vistas and eerie landscapes, making every standoff feel like a gritty supernatural Western showdown. Evil West's unique art style was inspired by a mix of gothic horror and classic westerns, creating a visual blend that feels like a cross between Van Helsing and Red Dead Redemption. The game's look and feel make it a must-play for fans of both genres. Control. Imagine being the director of a supernatural government agency where walls shift, rooms disappear, and objects come to life. Control throws you into the shoes of Jesse Faden, who stumbles into this strange role while searching for her missing brother. The agency, known as the Federal Bureau of Control, operates out of the Oldest House, a brutalist skyscraper filled with reality-bending anomalies and dangerous supernatural entities. Jessie discovers that she has telekinetic powers, which she can use to combat the forces within the building and uncover the mystery behind her brother's disappearance. Gameplay in Control revolves around Jessie's abilities to levitate, hurl objects with telekinesis, and manipulate her surroundings to survive the hostile forces known as the Hiss. The combat is dynamic and fast-paced, requiring you to blend shooting with creative use of psychic powers to take down enemies. Exploring the Oldest House feels like navigating a giant puzzle box, with new powers unlocking hidden areas and secrets that deepen the lore. Control exists in the same universe as Alan Wake, with several Easter eggs linking the two games. Remedy Entertainment's commitment to interconnected storytelling adds a layer of depth, encouraging fans to keep an eye out for references that tie these supernatural worlds together. Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Strap on your spurs and load up your revolver. It's time to dive into the legend-filled world of Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Set against the gritty backdrop of the Wild West, you step into the role of Silas Greaves, a seasoned bounty hunter with a gift for storytelling. The game unfolds as Silas recounts his adventures to a group of saloon patrons, with each mission drawing you deeper into his larger-than-life tales. You'll face off against legendary outlaws like Billy the Kid, Jesse James, and Butch Cassidy. But here's the twist. The story morphs as Silas narrates it, leading to unexpected events and surprising encounters. Gameplay is a stylish blend of first-person shooting and arcade-style mechanics. As Silas, you can slow down time in a concentration mode, allowing you to take down multiple enemies with deadly accuracy. Each encounter lets you rack up experience points that can be used to unlock special skills, such as more accurate shooting or enhanced melee combat, allowing you to customize Silas into the ultimate gunslinger. The game's unique storytelling approach even changes the environment on the fly, reflecting Silas's shifting memories and adding an unpredictable layer to every mission. Call of Juarez Gunslinger plays with the concept of an unreliable narrator, making Silas's tale feel as much like folklore as it does history. Silas's memory lapses and exaggerated claims add a playful spin to the narrative, keeping players guessing about what really happened in his Wild West adventures.
You destroyed everything! Fight me now!
I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it?
The gods will punish you for this.
They can't stop me!
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Prepare yourself for a haunting journey through Norse mythology and the depths of the mind. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice tells the story of Senua, a Celtic warrior tormented by psychological trauma and intense hallucinations. Driven by the tragic death of her lover, Senua sets out on a quest to retrieve his soul from the Norse underworld of Helheim. However, her journey is more than a physical trek. It's a visceral exploration of her mental struggles, as voices whisper doubts and terrifying visions assault her mind. The game is designed to place players directly into Senua's psyche, creating an experience that is as unsettling as it is beautiful. Gameplay revolves around methodical, skill-based combat that relies on timing and precision, paired with environmental puzzles that require creative thinking. But the most unique aspect of Hellblade is its immersive use of binaural audio, simulating the voices in Senua's head so they feel like they're surrounding the player. This adds a layer of psychological horror that complements the eerie landscapes and nightmarish creatures Senua encounters. It's a game that is as much about empathy as it is about action, designed to educate players about mental health while delivering a powerful narrative. The developers worked closely with neuroscientists and individuals who experience psychosis to ensure an authentic portrayal of mental health struggles. This dedication to accuracy won the game multiple awards and established Hellblade as a groundbreaking title in psychological storytelling. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Enter a vibrant, enchanted world where spirits linger and nature thrives in Kena, Bridge of Spirits. You play as Kena, a young spirit guide who helps troubled souls move on to the next life. But this isn't just a heartwarming journey. Kena's world is filled with magical creatures, ancient mysteries, and powerful enemies that stand in her way. Armed with a mystical staff and accompanied by adorable tiny creatures called the Rot, Kena sets out to cleanse the land of corruption, uncovering the secrets of a village lost to time. The gameplay offers a balanced mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and fast-paced combat. As Kena, you can upgrade your staff to wield both melee and ranged attacks, while the Rot assist you in battles and environmental puzzles. Their ability to manipulate objects adds a unique dynamic to gameplay, allowing you to approach challenges from different angles. Each boss fight is memorable, requiring you to master Kena's abilities and exploit the Rot's powers to gain an edge. The game's lush visuals, reminiscent of animated movies, create an immersive world that feels alive with every step. Kena Bridge of Spirits was developed by Ember Lab, an animation studio making its debut in game development. Their background in animation shines through in the game's Pixar-like art style, which won high praise and helped the game become an indie hit.
We bring closure to those who don't. I want us back, Red.
Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden. Imagine an alternate 18th century America where the supernatural is real and ghostly forces haunt the land. Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden places you in the role of a banisher, a supernatural hunter tasked with ridding the world of malevolent spirits. Set in a cursed New England town, the game follows your journey through eerie forests, haunted villages, and shadowy swamps as you confront powerful spirits and unravel a dark mystery. But there's more at stake than just ridding the town of ghosts. You're also grappling with your own dark past and moral choices that shape the outcome of your quest. The gameplay combines exploration, investigation, and intense combat. As a banisher, you have unique ghost hunting tools and supernatural abilities that allow you to detect and combat spirits. The narrative is heavily choice-driven, with moral decisions affecting how the story unfolds and how characters react to you. Every ghost encounter feels like a puzzle, requiring you to study the spirit's behaviors, exploit their weaknesses, and ultimately decide their fate. The game's atmospheric visuals capture the haunting beauty of early American folklore, making each moment feel steeped in supernatural mystery. The developers of Banishers took inspiration from classic Gothic horror novels, aiming to bring a historical authenticity to the setting. The game's use of moral choices adds a unique twist to the traditional ghost hunting formula, making it feel like an interactive Gothic novel.
Lord Zeus, of course.
Hades. Step into the underworld, where you're not just battling enemies, you're fighting your way through a family drama of godly proportions. In Hades, you play as Zagreus, the rebellious son of Hades, determined to escape the underworld and reach the surface. Each attempt at escape is a roguelite dungeon run where death is inevitable, but instead of resetting everything, you're rewarded with new powers, insights, and opportunities to grow stronger. Every failure is a lesson learned, making the game's cyclical nature feel like an unfolding narrative rather than a repetitive loop. Gameplay is fast-paced and skill-based, blending hack-and-slash combat with RPG elements. As Zagreus, you'll wield a range of divine weapons, each with unique abilities and styles. Along the way, you receive boons from the gods of Olympus, each offering power-ups that dramatically alter your playstyle, making each run feel unique. What truly sets Hades apart, though, is its fully voiced dialogue and dynamic character interactions, which reveal more about the gods' personalities and their complicated relationships with Zagreus. Hades set a new record with over 20,000 lines of recorded dialogue, ensuring that players almost never hear the same line twice. This attention to detail helped Hades become one of the most celebrated indie games, known for its incredible storytelling and character development. Ghostrunner 2. In a world where cyberpunk aesthetics meet brutal, high-speed combat, Ghostrunner 2 puts you in the shoes of a cybernetic ninja on a mission to dismantle an oppressive regime. You're not just a weapon, you're a force of nature, moving through neon-lit skyscrapers and hacking through heavily guarded facilities at breakneck speeds. The story picks up from the events of the original Ghostrunner, where you're still up against futuristic foes who challenge your skills and reflexes in a city that's as deadly as it is beautiful. The gameplay combines precision platforming, parkour, and melee combat, requiring players to master wall running, sliding, and grappling to avoid enemy fire and close in for deadly strikes. Timing is everything in Ghostrunner 2, where every move needs to be executed flawlessly, or it's game over. New abilities expand on the original's gameplay, introducing mechanics like parrying and environmental manipulation, giving you more ways to outsmart enemies and stay alive. This game is a test of skill and speed, with intense combat sequences that feel like a brutal dance in a dystopian future. The first Ghostrunner was co-developed by 3 different studios, and the sequel takes everything players loved about the original and dials it up, adding even more intricate level designs and mechanics that push the limits of the cyber ninja fantasy.
I'm done running.
Chorus. High-speed space combat meets cosmic rebellion in Chorus, where you play as Nara, an ace pilot haunted by her past as an enforcer for an oppressive cult known as the Circle. Paired with Forsaken, her sentient starfighter, Nara embarks on a journey across the galaxy to bring down her former masters. The game's story unfolds with a strong character-driven narrative, where Nara's inner struggle adds depth to the game's relentless action. You're not just fighting for survival, you're fighting for redemption in a dark universe filled with mysticism and mystery. The gameplay is all about adrenaline-fueled space dogfights, with Forsaken offering an array of abilities that let you teleport, drift, and unleash devastating attacks. Each ability is designed to make combat fast and fluid, transforming you into an unstoppable force in the middle of galactic warfare. With skill-based mechanics, you'll need quick reflexes and strategic planning to outmaneuver enemies, dodge incoming attacks, and turn the tide in every encounter. The game's open-world structure lets you explore star systems, discover hidden secrets, and take on side missions that add depth to the main story. The relationship between Nara and Forsaken is inspired by classic sci-fi duos, giving the ship a personality of its own. Forsaken's voice lines adapt to gameplay, creating a unique bond between pilot and starfighter that adds emotional weight to the story.
Disfist? You're not even gonna lend me your spear?
I shall not influence the trial. Good luck talking to him.
Wait, why would I need luck?
Invaders!
Outcast: A New Beginning. Revisit a world of alien landscapes and interdimensional heroism in Outcast: A New Beginning, the reimagining of the cult classic Outcast. You play as Cutter Slade, a former Navy SEAL sent to the planet Adelpha to save both its alien inhabitants, the Talons, and Earth itself from a catastrophe. But don't expect a straightforward hero's journey. This game plunges you into a rich open world where diplomacy, exploration, and combat merge seamlessly. The Talons each have their own cultures, beliefs, and needs, making Adelpha feel like a living, breathing world. Gameplay involves exploring a vast open world with distinct biomes, each filled with unique wildlife, ancient ruins, and a complex political landscape. As Cutter, you're given the freedom to tackle objectives in various ways, whether through combat, stealth, or negotiation. Your choices affect the story's direction, leading to multiple potential outcomes. The AI adapts to your actions, ensuring that no two encounters feel the same. You'll also uncover hidden secrets of the Talon civilization, offering insight into their mysterious technologies and traditions. The original Outcast released in 1999 and was one of the earliest open-world games. The reboot maintains the charm and innovation of the original, paying homage to the game that helped shape the genre. Remnant 2. Dark post-apocalyptic landscapes meet soul-crushing challenges in Remnant 2, the spiritual successor to Remnant, From the Ashes. Set in a shattered world filled with interdimensional horrors, this game lets you take on the role of a survivor trying to fend off an invasion by twisted creatures and nightmarish bosses. Think Dark Souls with guns, the perfect blend of third-person shooting, strategic combat, and RPG elements, creating a high-stakes experience where every move counts. You're constantly scavenging, upgrading, and strategizing as you fight to reclaim the remnants of a broken world. Gameplay in Remnant 2 is centered around intense third-person shooting combined with intricate skill trees and weapon upgrades. Each area of the game is procedurally generated, meaning that enemy placements, loot, and even some environments change with each playthrough. Boss fights are punishingly difficult and require players to adapt quickly, utilizing cover and timing reloads perfectly. The game's co-op mode allows for multiplayer experiences, making the challenge slightly more bearable, or intensifying it, depending on how you coordinate with your team. The procedural generation in Remnant 2 was inspired by classic roguelikes, making each playthrough unique and unpredictable. It keeps players coming back for more, as no two runs are exactly alike, even if you replay the same areas. Still Wakes the Deep. Imagine the isolation of an oil rig in the North Sea, cut off from the world with something far more dangerous than high waves lurking beneath the surface. Still Wakes the Deep drops you into a first-person horror experience where survival depends on your wits and reflexes. You play as a worker stranded on an oil rig that's slowly succumbing to supernatural forces. It's atmospheric, tense, and filled with a creeping dread that grows with each step you take into the depths of the rig. Every sound and shadow keeps you on edge, building an eerie feeling of claustrophobia as you navigate this floating labyrinth. The gameplay is focused on exploration and puzzle solving, with a heavy emphasis on environmental storytelling. Instead of fighting, your main tools are observation and stealth, relying on quick thinking to avoid the lurking horror. The tight corridors and realistic sounds make every creak and groan of the rig terrifyingly immersive. As you explore, you'll uncover clues that hint at the source of the terror, piecing together the mystery that's taking over the rig and driving the crew to madness. Inspired by classic horror films like The Thing, Still Wakes the Deep uses the confined space of the oil rig to create a unique horror experience that's more about psychological fear than jump scares. Atomic Heart. Enter a twisted Soviet dystopia where robots have turned against humanity in Atomic Heart. Set in an alternate 1950s USSR, you play as a KGB agent sent to investigate a facility gone rogue, overrun by robotic creations that are anything but friendly. The game combines the aesthetics of retro-futurism with the intensity of a survival shooter, giving you an eerie yet stunning world to explore. Think BioShock meets Fallout, with a dash of Soviet sci-fi horror thrown in. Gameplay is intense and varied, mixing brutal melee combat with high-stakes gunfights. You're armed with an arsenal of makeshift weapons and abilities that allow for creative combinations in combat. The enemy designs are as chilling as they are bizarre, with each robot and mutant displaying distinct attack patterns that force you to think on your feet. The open-world design lets you explore eerie facilities, vast fields, and desolate towns, each hiding lore and collectibles that flesh out this strange, alternate history. Atomic Heart was in development for several years, creating a massive amount of anticipation. The game's world and storyline drew inspiration from Soviet science fiction literature, making it a love letter to the genre.
You need to prepare.
Chernobylite. In Chernobylite, you're a physicist who returns to the Chernobyl exclusion zone to investigate the mysterious disappearance of a loved one. Set in the eerie remains of Pripyat, the game combines elements of survival horror, crafting, and RPG mechanics to create a deeply atmospheric experience. As you navigate the radiation-riddled landscape, you'll face hostile soldiers, mutated creatures, and supernatural phenomena that blur the lines between reality and nightmare. The environment itself is a character, with every corner of the zone hiding secrets and dangers. Gameplay combines exploration with base building and survival mechanics. As you explore the Chernobyl zone, you'll collect resources to craft weapons, equipment, and even a base to return to. The story is non-linear, allowing you to choose how you approach missions and make decisions that affect the fates of your companions. With its intense atmosphere, Chernobylite offers both a survival challenge and a psychological thriller, making every decision feel impactful. Chernobylite was developed by a Polish studio that conducted extensive research within the real Chernobyl exclusion zone, using 3D scans to accurately recreate Pripyat. This dedication to realism gives the game an unmatched level of authenticity, making it as much an exploration of Chernobyl's legacy as it is a horror game. The Surge 2. Set in a gritty dystopian future, The Surge 2 is an action RPG that takes the brutal combat of the Souls series and gives it a sci-fi twist. In the city of Jericho, where technology and humanity are at odds, you awaken with no memory and must fight your way through cybernetic soldiers, rogue AI, and heavily armored enemies to uncover the truth about your past. The game's focus on melee combat, mixed with limb-targeting mechanics, makes it a unique and intense experience for players who enjoy the challenge of precise, unforgiving gameplay. The gameplay focuses on close-quarters combat, where targeting specific limbs on enemies allows you to dismember them and acquire new gear. As you progress, you'll be able to upgrade and customize your exosuit, enhancing your abilities and opening up new combat options. The city of Jericho is filled with interconnected pathways, hidden secrets, and deadly enemies around every corner. It's a game that rewards strategic thinking and careful planning, as rushing into combat is often a recipe for disaster. The Surge 2's limb targeting system was inspired by the desire to add strategy to loot gathering, where players can specifically target parts of enemies to obtain certain gear. This mechanic makes every encounter feel rewarding and personalized to your combat style.
Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Kingdom Come Deliverance. Welcome to a world of 15th century Bohemia, where swords clash, politics are ruthless, and you're not some legendary hero but just a blacksmith's son trying to survive. Kingdom Come Deliverance drops you into the shoes of Henry, an ordinary villager thrust into conflict after his home is destroyed by an invading army. Unlike many RPGs, this game doesn't hand you supernatural powers or make you the chosen one. Instead, you'll build skills from scratch, learning swordsmanship, archery, and survival the hard way in a realistic, historically accurate world. The gameplay focuses on realism and detail, with systems for everything from hunger and fatigue to weapon maintenance. Combat is complex, based on real medieval martial arts techniques, where timing, precision, and positioning are key. You can engage in quests, trade, forge alliances, or even start brawls in the local tavern. Decisions matter, and characters remember how you treat them, which can impact future interactions and outcomes. The open-world environment is rich with towns, castles, and wilderness, each beautifully crafted to capture the authenticity of medieval Europe. The game's developers worked with historians and medieval martial artists to accurately recreate weapons, armor, and combat techniques, making Kingdom Come Deliverance one of the most realistic medieval RPGs ever made. Stray. In Stray, you don't play as a rugged hero or a mystical sorcerer. You're a cat. Yes, a feline navigating a dystopian city filled with robots and dark secrets. You're on a mission to find your family, accompanied by a small drone companion named B12. Together, you explore the city's alleyways, climb rooftops, and solve puzzles to uncover the truth behind this mysterious world. The game is a refreshing perspective shift, making it unique not only in its story, but also in how it allows you to interact with the world. The gameplay combines platforming, exploration, and puzzle solving, with a particular focus on the natural agility of a cat. You can leap between ledges, knock objects off shelves, squeeze through tight spaces, and even meow on command. As you progress, you'll encounter threats like Zerk's small creatures that resemble robotic pests, requiring you to use stealth and quick reflexes to avoid danger. The richly detailed environments and the adorable, realistic cat animations create an experience that feels both cozy and immersive. The developers at Blue 12 Studio were inspired by their own cats, Murtaugh and Riggs, and worked hard to capture authentic feline behavior right down to the knocking things over instinct.
Blast these tin cans!
Even the powers of Trine can't help you outsmart me.
Trine 5. With its breathtaking visuals and cooperative gameplay, Trine 5: A Clockwork Conspiracy brings together heroes Pontius the Knight, Amadeus the Wizard, and Zoya the Thief for another epic journey. Set in a magical, puzzle-laden world, Trine 5 allows players to tackle puzzles solo or with friends, using each character's unique abilities to overcome obstacles. This time, the heroes face a cunning villain and her army of mechanized minions in a quest filled with more intricate puzzles, challenging platforming sections, and stunningly designed environments. Gameplay revolves around physics-based puzzles, where each character's skills are essential to progress. Pontius's strength allows him to break through obstacles, Zoya's agility enables her to swing across gaps, and Amadeus's magic lets him summon objects to reach new areas or weigh down levers. In multiplayer mode, teamwork is essential as players combine these abilities to tackle puzzles in creative ways. The game's fantasy world is a visual delight, with beautifully hand-painted backdrops, dynamic lighting, and enchanting details that make each level feel like a work of art. Trine 5 has the most complex puzzle designs in the series, with solutions that adapt based on whether you're playing solo or with friends. This dynamic system keeps the game fresh, encouraging players to experiment and find new ways to solve challenges. The Talos Principle 2. In the Talos Principle 2, philosophical questions meet mind-bending puzzles in a world where artificial intelligence and humanity blur. As an android newly awakened in a post-human world, you're tasked with exploring vast, mysterious environments and solving intricate puzzles that challenge your perception and understanding. Building on the themes of its predecessor, the game dives deep into questions of consciousness, morality, and what it means to be alive, all within a framework of stunningly intricate puzzle design. The gameplay revolves around complex puzzles that use logic, lasers, teleportation, and more. The puzzles are crafted to challenge your critical thinking, requiring patience and creativity to solve. The environments range from ancient ruins to futuristic facilities, each hiding layers of story and lore that slowly unravel as you progress. The narrative unfolds through philosophical dialogues and clues scattered throughout the world, offering multiple interpretations and paths, allowing players to immerse themselves in a truly thought-provoking experience. The original Talos Principle drew heavy inspiration from philosophical works like those of Plato and Sartre, and the sequel continues this tradition, with each puzzle contributing to an overarching philosophical journey.
A feast for my blade.
Pincus von Presswald, the quartermaster. He knows how to get into people's heads, but you'll never find his noble hands doing any physical labor.
Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew. Set sail in Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew, a tactical stealth game where you command a ghostly pirate crew on a mission to recover lost treasure and defy supernatural forces. Each crew member has unique abilities that add depth to the gameplay, allowing for various tactics and strategies as you navigate through cursed islands, dodge enemy patrols, and plan heists. The game combines stealth with fantasy, giving players a fresh spin on pirate adventures. Gameplay focuses on strategic planning, as you utilize each crew member's supernatural skills to create distractions, disable enemies, and maneuver through heavily guarded areas. With a dynamic, open-ended mission structure, you can approach objectives in multiple ways, mixing and matching abilities to suit your style. The world itself is vibrant and eerie, filled with hidden treasures, ancient curses, and hauntingly beautiful environments that make every mission feel like a new chapter in a ghost story. The game's unique ghost ship mechanics allow you to pause time, rethink strategies, and even rewind actions, giving it a mix of tactical planning and trial-and-error gameplay that feels both challenging and forgiving.
Get up, detective. One last time.
Disco Elysium. Welcome to the morally murky world of Disco Elysium, where you play as a deeply flawed detective trying to solve a murder in a decaying city that's as broken as you are. This isn't a typical RPG. Instead of fighting battles, you navigate complex dialogues, solve crimes, and wrestle with the chaotic voices in your own mind. Each decision affects not only the story but also your character's psyche, leading to multiple paths and endings that reflect your moral choices, vices, and inner conflicts. Gameplay in Disco Elysium revolves around dialogue and skill checks. You build your character by investing in unique attributes such as inland empire, imagination, or electrochemistry, tendency toward addiction, which influence how you perceive the world and interact with others. With no combat system, all conflict resolution comes through conversation, intuition, and decision-making, creating an experience that feels like a complex detective novel come to life. Disco Elysium was heavily inspired by the literary works of Dostoevsky and existentialist philosophy, which is reflected in its unique dialogue-heavy gameplay and deeply introspective narrative. Nine Souls. In Nine Souls, you're thrust into a world that fuses cyberpunk aesthetics with ancient mythology, where you play as a powerful warrior on a mission to bring down the titular Nine Souls godlike rulers who have plunged the world into chaos. Set in a sprawling cityscape filled with neon lights, intricate temples, and advanced technology, the game's story unfolds in a complex web of intrigue, spirituality, and rebellion. Nine Souls mixes hack-and-slash combat with platforming, giving players a chance to test their skills in a visually stunning world. Gameplay centers around precise combat, where players need to master combos, parries, and timed attacks to defeat the many foes that stand in their way. Platforming is also a significant element, with puzzles and obstacles that require agility and timing. The game's art style blends futuristic elements with traditional Asian aesthetics, creating a world that feels fresh yet deeply rooted in cultural lore. The game's development team drew inspiration from Taiwanese folklore and martial arts, blending these cultural influences into the cyberpunk setting to create a unique experience that pays homage to East Asian mythology. And there you have it, 25 amazing AA games that bring the excitement, depth, and creativity you'd expect from the biggest titles, all while going easy on your wallet. Each of these games proves that you don't need a blockbuster budget to create unforgettable experiences. Whether it's battling intergalactic foes, surviving the plague-ridden streets of medieval France, or outsmarting supernatural curses, these games deliver on all fronts. So next time you're looking for something fresh, don't sleep on the AA titles. You might just find your next favorite game. Help the channel grow. Drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and let's make some unforgettable memories here. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy gaming.
Death to the dead.
Do we kill? To be together again. Every bloody time.